To understand this instrument, you kind of have to understand why I built it in the first place. I have been playing professionally for over 35 years, jazz, Latin music, pop, solo, guitar, all of it. And somewhere along the way, I kept running into the same problem. If I wanted to play jazz harmony and bass movement, I had to play a jazz guitar. If I wanted that punch, projection, and cultural character of Latin music, I had to play a Requinto. There was no middle ground. You were either one thing or the other, and that never sat right with me. So instead of choosing sides, I started asking a different question. What if the instrument adapted to the music instead of the other way around? That's where the crossover concept came from, not as a marketing term, but as a design philosophy. And the first full expression of that idea is the instrument the Gayetana A75, the world's first 7-string Requinto. Let's talk about what's actually going on here. A traditional Requinto is usually tuned a fourth higher than a standard guitar. It's small, bright, punchy, and it cuts beautifully. But there's a trade-off. It doesn't have the low end you need to support yourself in a solo setting. You don't get that gravity, that feeling of the music sitting on something solid. So I approached this as a physics problem as much as a musical one. By adding a 7-string, everything changes. Now I can hold down bass lines, I can pedal low notes, I can imply harmony and rhythm at the same time without losing the Requinto clarity on top. But here's the tricky part. Short scale instruments sound great on the high strings and terrible on the low strings if you don't control tension. That's where experience matters. This guitar uses very specific wood combination and bracing patterns so that low 7-string stay tight, clear, and focused even on the smaller body. That balance is the entire point of the crossover concept. It feels familiar if you're a classical guitarist. It has a range you expect much more modern instruments, and visually it still lives in the world of boutique acoustic guitars. Every time I pick it up, it makes me ask the same question. Okay, what else can this do? Specs are interesting, but instruments don't really prove themselves on paper. They prove themselves in music. For me, the moment came when I played Spain. This piece is demanding. Even on a traditional Requinto, it will sound thin and strained. But on the SieteQuinto, something different happens. The melody stays clear and vocal. The bass lines feel full and supportive. And then the music shifts between Latin rhythms and jazz phrasing. The instrument doesn't back, it just works. And then there's the other side of it. When I play something like Solitude Part 1, the guitar slows down with me. It sustains, it breathes, it creates space. That's when I realized this wasn't just a technical experiment. This instrument lets one player cover bass, harmony, and melody at the same time, almost like a trio without sounding forced. That versatility is the real breakthrough. Building the SieteQuinto wasn't about breaking tradition, it was about respecting it without being trapped by it. In the nylon string world, tradition is powerful, but sometimes it becomes a cage. With Gayetana guitars, my goal has always been to ask, what happened if we honor the past but design for the music people are actually playing today? By bringing 7-string concept from Brazilian chorro, jazz, even progressive music into the Requinto format, a new door opens for composers and performers. Now the instrument isn't the limitation anymore, where you are reharmonizing pop songs, playing Stevie Wonder, or writing cinematic music. In odd signature times, the guitar keeps up with you. That's what good design should do. It should get out of the way and let the musician think bigger. The SieteQuinto is not a novelty. It's a solution to a real musical problem, one I lived with for years. For me, it represents what's possible when you stop asking, is this traditional? And start asking, is this musical? So now I'll turn over to you. If you had the extended range of a SieteQuinto in your hands, what would you cross over? Drop it in the comments below, and if you enjoy deep dives like this into instruments, designs, and music, make sure to like, subscribe, and stick around. Keep playing, keep experimenting.